Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It is time for your 10 Weather Impact Show. Jay's with me today,
Yes.
and we are dressed all in Buckeyes colors, scarlet and gray.
There is no other reason for a suit this loud to be worn on live television, in my personal opinion. But
I can't believe you wore it today.
Scarlet and gray, we got to do it. We got to support the hometown team. Big game this weekend. They've lost the past 4 times they've had the matchup.
I know.
Not this year.
I was going to say 5th time's the charm. I think so.
5th time's the charm. Yeah, that's what everybody says, right?
Yeah.
Are you going up there this weekend?
No, because the snow's going to be on the way back, and just I'll cheer from watching it at home in my sweatpants or
That's
my
the way to
OSU
do it.
shirt, and yeah.
So it's not going to be nice weather to go to outdoor events. You want to watch from inside. Yeah. It's cold this morning, that's for sure.
It's so cold. It was definitely cold. And now if we look at our forecast, if you're going to be shopping throughout the rest of the day today, well, you can see where
Black
we started
Friday.
off. Yeah, it was so chilly. In fact, definitely something you'll want to keep an eye out on is the wind chill. We're going to be feeling like we are in the 20s for most of the day today. So what is our 10 weather impact? I want to get right to that for us. And you can see, just like we saw on Thanksgiving, there is a chance we could see some light snow showers or some flurries. We're kind of getting what's coming in off of the lake effect to our north, although we don't get the bands right now like they are seeing there. We still could have a little bit of light snow. So you'll have that little snow globe effect, just to put that out there for you. But it is going to be cold and it's going to be breezy pretty much the rest of the day today. We might see that snow chance go up today, but the better chance, if you're somebody that's just like, okay, I'm in the mood, I want to start decorating for Christmas and the holidays, you probably could see a little bit of snow, but unfortunately, most of that will be overnight this weekend. That's kind of why our 7-day is looking a little bit busy here. You can see as we go into the next couple of days, those chances are going up and our temperatures are going up, but not by much at all. Unfortunately, I wish I had some better news for us. But as we look ahead, really temperatures aren't going to be leaving that below average phase. Typically, we should be at about 48 degrees this time of year, so we're not even anywhere close. I can't even say Sunday. We were looking at low 40s, but now it does look like it could only hit the upper 30s as we start off the day. We'll come back to the 7-day in just a bit, but I do want to start you off with that weekend forecast and show you that as we go into the next couple of days, we do have some flurry chances, and then a little bit more of a wintry mix could be possible. Kind of a little bit of a mixed bag on Sunday with some snow, then maybe a little bit of wintry mix and a little bit of rain. So I'm going to show you that coming up right now in the hour-by-hour forecast. But this morning we did have some light snow flurries come through. Now for the rest of the day today, it does look like we could have some of that, mainly on and off, not as consistent. But then as we go into Saturday morning right now, say you're leaving for the Buckeyes game, if you're heading up there Saturday morning, it looks good here. But definitely want to check ahead to see how the forecast is looking near Toledo, especially as you head up to Detroit, because if there's any kind of lake effect, that could get really nasty pretty quickly. But as we go into the late morning and the early afternoon, you do see that snow does start to move in. And for the Buckeyes game in Ann Arbor, you are looking at snow for that forecast. But you can also see, in case you're going to be trying to head home later, there's still going to be some more snow there. Now for us here in central Ohio, we are looking at a brief bit of some light snow as we go into the afternoon and into the evening here, 6 o'clock. The better chances for snow and for accumulating snow is actually going to be as we go overnight and we go into the morning on Sunday. So here's 10 o'clock. Let me walk you through this. You can see, temperatures are going to be right around that freezing mark. So we could see a little bit of accumulation in some spots and we could see several inches of snow in another spot. But the thing is, the temperatures are going to be on their way up as we go into the day and we go into your Sunday morning. So that's why you can see here we start to transition from more of that snow back into the rain. So it'll probably be a very cold rain for us as we do get into the day. But then as we move forward and we go into Sunday, you can see how we have more scattered showers in the forecast. And then some of the snow showers will be on and off for us. And we could see them return a little bit later today. Let me move the clock ahead into the afternoon. Again, most of the precipitation will be overnight Saturday into Sunday. So for Sunday's forecast, we are going to have some flurries still possible, some light snow still possible. But when we get that rain, if we get any of the snow on the ground, it's just going to wash that out. So just something to be cautious about, especially if you might be coming back from the Ohio State game as you go into Saturday night. I'd probably wait till a little bit later in the day on Sunday, but I can tell you for Sunday, it does look like if you're going up to Cleveland for the football game versus the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday, it does look like it's going to kind of fit in the same thing, the 30s and 40s, and also we will have the chance of snow and rain in the forecast. So just a messy weekend for everything, and very, very cold for us still. You can see as we move forward here later into the day, we could still see some flurries going into the overnight. The long range forecast, though, this is an area of high pressure that's going to set up for Monday, so that'll keep us mainly dry for Monday. Then as we move forward and we go into the long range forecast for Tuesday, it does look like Tuesday morning we could be seeing some snow. So this is still several days out. That timing and intensity could change, but I definitely wanted to put this on your radar as well, especially for heading to work. If that does transpire, it could be a morning of some snow for us, and not lasting throughout the entirety of the day, but you can see as we do go into the afternoon, that could still be lingering. And then by Wednesday night, really starting to taper off. And then as we go into the rest of the week, it's really looking to stay cold like this. You can see that temperature drop well below normal, a big dip in the jet stream, some extremely cold air is moving in for the forecast, and about average precip. So it might be cold and more on the drier side of things, but nonetheless, it's definitely feeling like winter. We still have some days left in fall. I do want to put that out there, but it is interesting now as we move into December, it's starting to feel a little bit more like the winter season. Here is a look at that forecast for the Ohio State game in Ann Arbor, and you can see we're going to be seeing some of that snowflakes flying, especially as we go later on into the game, and we could have some accumulating snow. So this could be quite the mess for us with those temperatures going into the 20s and 30s. And then I mentioned as we do look at the extended forecast, you can see everything that I've just been talking about. Monday does look to be the driest day. So if you're one of those people that's like, okay, you know what, we're going to have those Thanksgiving decorations still up, or put those decorations up, Monday might be your day to do it. It's just going to be cold. Wake up temperatures in the 20s, then we'll be in the 30s for most of the week. Again, Tuesday will be that next best chance as we look as far as it goes for snow. By Wednesday, it does look to dry out again. But because we still could see some lake effect snow to the north, we might actually get some of those flurries and that light snow, just like we saw yesterday. And I'm sure you noticed that, Jay. You just all of a sudden we had those snowflakes that were flying. And it was kind of pretty. I don't know if where you were at, you saw that, but it was almost like a little bit of a snow globe for us.
It was great. We were having a lovely Thanksgiving meal at Blue and Fig just down the street from where we live, and she has these really great glass windows out front. And we were eating. I was like, oh my gosh, it's turning into a white Thanksgiving. It's like the snow.
It was.
I know that it didn't really accumulate anywhere, right?
No,
but
it just looked kind of.
Felt like we were in a snow globe out there.
It did. And, you know, that's kind of what we're going to see again today. But I can't believe this weekend we've got Buckeyes football. Then we have the Browns at home, and they could be dealing with some snow.
Yeah.
So that could be in favor of the Browns, because if you think about it, the 49ers, San Francisco, I mean, they're not used to playing in snow. So that could actually help the Browns.
So for anybody who says, I want to wait to put up the Christmas decorations until it's in the 50s, is there maybe no chance for that?
Honestly, no. I mean, not in the immediate. And then I showed you the extended forecast as well as we move forward. And yeah, that could. I'm not really. It's a long shot for right now. I mean, but if we continue on this trend, for people that might be like, okay, I want a white Christmas. If we continue to get these really big storm systems where that really cold air is coming down from the north, and then we have just enough moisture, we could be looking at having some snow just in time for the holidays. Not good for travel as always.
Well, that's true. And you do have some other options as well. If you are wanting to decorate the house for Christmas, you can just bundle up and do it yourself. Or there are some local groups that you can pay to come. Absolutely, yeah. You can have your house professionally decorated. I've never used these services before, but I've seen these guys out and about. They do a stellar job. They go through with the little tacks and get every light in place, make sure all the bulbs are illuminating perfectly. So then you can just stay inside where it's warm. And
you still have to pay the bill, though.
Well, yeah, you gotta pay to do it. But I'm just saying there are some options out there. So Thanksgiving good?
Thanksgiving was great. I'm still full, but, you know, I feel like you can never have enough turkey. And, you know, this is my first Thanksgiving in Columbus. I don't know, was it your first one as well?
Second one. Last year was our first in Columbus, and this was, yeah, it was great. I maybe overdid it a little bit with the food, but now I'm ready for some shopping. Small Business Saturday tomorrow.
Yes.
Get out and support the local guys.
That's for sure.
There's a lot of stuff.
Any other weather questions you have before we wrap this up? I know it's Friday, and, you know, again, a lot of people out shopping, whether it's today or Small Business Saturday. We have football games locally and then across the region. I have a weather question. Yes.
Do you know, is this the coldest Black Friday in history? It's probably not. I'm sure it's been colder.
I don't think it's a record setting, but I definitely think what makes it feel like that is the winds. Because the thing is, we're right around freezing this morning. Yes, we're below average, but then when you have that wind, the stronger the wind, the faster your body loses heat. That's why we call it the wind chill. And so that's why we're feeling like we're in the teens we felt like we were in the teens this morning, and then for the rest of the day, just in the 20s.
Just be prepared as you head out the door. All the layers. So you can then take the stuff off when you get back inside. Get where you're going.
Exactly. You can always layer down, right? So it's better to layer up. Although then you have to put everything in the shopping cart if it's super hot in the store you're at.
It was certainly cold this morning. I'm ready for that even slight warm up in the week ahead.
Absolutely. So. Jay, thanks for joining us, and thank you for joining us for the 10 Weather Impact Show. Tonight we have meteorologist Mike Behrens in for Jerry Martz. He's going to have the updated forecast for the Ohio State game, for your weekend plans, and of course we've always got you covered not just here but online, where all your news, weather, and traffic. You can find that on 10 TV Plus.
Have a good day.
Have a good weekend.